Small sporty four-doors aren't as popular as they once were, but Mercedes-Benz still makes the CLA. Yeah, they call it a coupe, but really it's a four-door with a sleek body. They still even offer two very high-performance versions, the CLA 45 and this here, the CLA 35. So let's take it out for a drive and see what it's all about. Now my time is brief as I get to drive this here at the Midwest Automotive Media Association Spring Rally. So I'm going to start off in comfort mode, and what I've noticed so far is it does ride a little bit on the stiff side, even in comfort. That's probably because this is one of the sportier versions. It's not unbearable or anything, it's just you feel the bumps a little bit more. Going through some twisty corners here, it actually handles quite well in comfort. We're about to hit some train tracks, so we'll see how that is. Just let's slow down just a little. We don't want to hit them too hard. Actually, that was fine. So you know what? It rides fine. Okay, now we switched over to sport mode, and you can hear a little more exhaust. The transmission's changing gears a little bit faster. Ride-wise, it feels pretty much the same so far. I can feel the steering tightened up a bit, so now we're getting more on the sporty side. Now, if you've never driven a CLA, it is a lot like just any other Mercedes inside. And this, the latest one here, even more so. The vents, the infotainment screen, the digital dash, it's all very reminiscent of the C-Class and some of the EQ models. There's definite family resemblance, the way the steering wheel's set up. So if you've ever driven a Mercedes, you'd feel right at home here. If you never have, I'd say the digital dash and infotainment system are quite easy to use. The buttons on the steering wheel, they take a little bit more time to get used to, especially the two sort of thumb toggle haptics. But as I say that, the two buttons on the wheel that control the various drive modes and settings are very easy to use, very easy to customize, and overall I just really like how it's all designed. As a coupe sedan, there is a couple drawbacks. One of them is headroom when you get in. I'm fine sitting in here with the seat adjusted, but this pillar I have to kind of duck under, and in the rear seat it's even worse. You probably aren't going to have taller adults sit back there for an extended period of time, but if you have a small family and that's going to be the domain of, say, kids or adolescents, it'll be more than comfortable enough. I like some of the touches inside in the AMG here, like the red seat belts, and there's red stitching throughout, and the materials they use on the dash and on the doors is all soft touch and of high quality. You really feel like you're in a little luxury car as opposed to just a little car. So Mercedes has really nailed the luxury side. We're going to explore the sport some more in a second, but before I get there, I need to also call out some of the nice features that come equipped in this particular tester, like the wireless phone charging, the panoramic sunroof, the power seats. They've got some faux suede insert, so you kind of stay in place when driving aggressively. Then I'm heading through some twisties, and I have it still in sport mode. I think I'll push it up to Sport Plus. Now, I can't really push it on the road up here because we pretty much had tornadoes come through yesterday. So there's tons of tree debris all over the road, but in sport mode, and especially in Sport Plus, the dual close transmission is so quick to upshift, and even downshift, it blips the throttle perfectly. You don't really need to use the paddles in manual mode. It can be done, and it is more fun, but it doesn't really improve performance per se. You hear them downshift there a bit? Try to get them going up here. So we're going to get on a highway in a second, and then we'll see sort of what the acceleration is in this car. You hear the nice little growls at downshifts. All right. Let's see how this accelerates. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's more acceleration than I expected, and I really like the little pop out the back as you change gears. Inside, it's actually really smooth, even though the sound makes it sound a little more violent than it was. But yeah, I mean, I've driven the 45 of the old, and it threw you back in the chair a bit more, but there's still plenty of power in here. So the CLA 35 does find that sweet spot between the more pedestrian CLA 250 and the really rambunctious 45. The best part is it's got all-wheel drive and 4 doors, so it's an all-year car that can be used and even have a back seat if needed every once in a while. So Mercedes still does offer you a small car that can do a little bit of everything and is quite fun to drive.